After this video, you will know if Santa Marta is the expat destination for you. Welcome to How to Expat. My name is Sam, and at How to Expat we help expats relocate. In this video we're gonna pick apart Santa Marta with the pros and cons, and at the end of this video I will tell you my personal opinion, what I think which person fits Santa Marta best and for which person Santa Marta could be an expat destination. So let's start with the pros. So the first point is the weather. Of course, Santa Marta is a tropical destination and it's very hot. But for a tropical destination or for a beach destination, you won't find too many beach destinations not being hot anyway. But for that, Santa Marta has a very good climate because of the breeze coming in the afternoon. Let's say compared to Panama City or Cartagena, Santa Marta is just a touch cooler, so you can spend more time outside without kind of almost dying. So when I'm in Santa Marta, I usually try to avoid the sun between, let's say, 12 midday till around 3 or 4, and let's say in Panama City or in Cartagena that extends to like 6 in the afternoon or something like that. So you can enjoy a little bit more of the day outside. Then the second thing is just the diversity you have in Santa Marta. Again, compared to, let's say, Panama City or Cartagena, you have, first of all, the Sierra Nevada mountains, so a very high mountain peak where you have a lot of waterfalls. You can go there in like 45 minutes from Santa Marta downtown, and you're in kind of a nature or a mountainish environment. On the other hand, you have a very nice beach area. You can choose between having a very laid-back beach and a very vibrant beach, so you can choose whatever you want. And then of course you have the Tayrona National Park, so you have a lot of diversity. Of course also the historic center, so you have pretty much everything you want in a Caribbean beach town with Santa Marta. So another thing is surely the nature. So as I said, you have the Sierra Nevada mountain range there, which you can go there. You have a lot of waterfall, creeks, streams. You can hike up there. It's a very nice environment. Then of course you have the beaches, and of course the Tayrona National Park. So this is a secluded park, which is it's prohibited to have, let's say, human development there because it's an indigenous area, let's say, and there you have beautiful Caribbean beaches untouched by, let's say, high rises or anything like that. Then the other thing, or another pro, is that Santa Marta is untouched by foreigners or by many foreigners. So it's not as developed or as popular with foreigners to this point like Panama City, Cancun, Playa del Carmen or Cartagena. It's really still the local feel you have there, and that brings me to the next pro. It's just a very nice vibe. So it's a traditional Caribbean vibe you have there. Of course there are some tourists already there, normally, but it's still, you feel it. So people live and breathe Santa Marta in comparison to, let's say, Panama City or Cartagena. Again, it's still a little bit more traditional in Santa Marta, and you can feel that kind of the vibe in the air compared to a lot of other beach city destinations. And then of course one of the biggest pros of living in Santa Marta is the cost of living. Compared again to Playa del Carmen, Cancun, Cartagena or Panama City, you can have around 50% less cost of living, so you can get the double of the money you bring there, in regards to getting an apartment, dining, getting out and doing activities, everything like that is just way less expensive than in the other, let's say, beach city destinations. So this is a real big pro. Of course, this could be a kind of a deal maker. So if you receive a social security of 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, you can make it happen in Santa Marta with a very nice quality of life. If you want to do the same, let's say 1,500, 2,000 dollars, I want to live like that in Playa del Carmen or Cancun, good luck with that. You have to rent a smaller apartment, which will not be so nice. And in Santa Marta, you really can live an upscale lifestyle with that amount of money if you do it the right way. And the last pro on my list is the traffic. So Santa Marta is not too developed, so you don't find too many cars on the road. So even at rush hour or peak times, the traffic is not too bad in Santa Marta compared to a lot of other cities in Latin America. So that's my last pro of this of my list. So let's jump into the cons. So the first con on my list is surely the infrastructure. So as I said, with the pros, Santa Marta is not too developed, and with that comes, you can experience some power outages once in a while. Find real good, stable internet can be a challenge if you don't really know where to look at. So these things, not every street in Santa Marta is paved, for example. There are no real big highways or anything like that. So that's surely a con of living in Santa Marta. Then another big one for an aspiring expat is the lack of English. In Santa Marta, people do not really speak English. Of course, you may find 1 out of 20 people have kind of basic English knowledge, but other than that, it's really very tough, especially compared again to all the big cities, Cartagena, Playa del Carmen, Cancun in Mexico. You will find a lot of people speaking English there, but not in Santa Marta. So this could be kind of a deal breaker if your Spanish is not really up to speed. Then that ties into my next point. There are not really too many expats in Santa Marta. You find some kind of meeting points sometimes, but in order to make friends, you really have to speak Spanish again, and you have to integrate to the culture. If you're not willing or able to do that, Santa Marta is maybe not the right place for you. And then another big downside, especially for people or let's say retirees that want to live near good healthcare facilities, Santa Marta has no real big hospital in let's say Santa Marta or the area around. The next good hospital will be in Barranquilla, which is a very good hospital, but it's around 1.5 hours, 2 hours away from Santa Marta. So if you can't bear having a good hospital near, Santa Marta may not be the place for you. So these were the cons on my list regarding living as an expat full-time or more or less full-time in Santa Marta. So let's jump into what I think the perfect person would be to live in Santa Marta as an expat. So if you're thinking about moving to Santa Marta and you want to find out if Santa Marta is the right place for you, these following points should help you figure it out. So first of all, Santa Marta is the perfect place for a beach type. And if you really search the mix between having a developed life, so living in a city where you have certain amenities, you have 1 or 2 malls around, but on the other hand, not having to have a lot of tourists in there, a lot of expats already driving the prices up, let's say, and different things like that, Santa Marta is the perfect mix. Then the other thing is, of course, if you're a nature person. So not a lot of beach destinations or beach cities offer, on the other hand, kind of a mountain retreat. So in Santa Marta, you can be in 45 minutes, you can be in a mountainish area with lush green and waterfalls. And on the same day, you can have a nice day on the beach. So Santa Marta is one of the few destinations that really offers that. So if you like that, and the other thing, of course, that you have the Tayrona Park near, which is almost completely nature. So if you're the nature person, Santa Marta could really be the place for you. And another type of expat I found, which is a perfect match for Santa Marta, if you're really the person that wants to immerse yourself in the Latin American culture, you want to learn Spanish or already speak good enough Spanish, and yeah, you don't really want to spend your time in the expat circles and anything like that, Santa Marta is the perfect place for you. So you come there, Santa Marta has not too many foreigners, so you get perceived a little bit different in comparison to Cartagena. People don't just want to take advantage of you, and you're not perceived as just another short-term tourist. Santa Marta is really the right place for you if you want to accomplish that. So yeah, as a summary, I can really say Santa Marta is the perfect mix between inexpensive cost of living, having still a Caribbean vibe while being developed, so you have some amenities you would like to be comfortable, like a couple of malls, yeah, but on the other hand, not overrun with tourists. Yeah, this is Santa Marta. So Santa Marta, for me personally, is my favorite beach destination I found in Latin America so far. So of course Cartagena is very similar, but for me it does not have the same vibe as Santa Marta. I can talk from experience what we experienced with clients. So if you don't speak Spanish at all, maybe you want to reconsider going to Santa Marta, at least for the first expat destinations. Maybe you want to acclimatize to the Latin culture in Cartagena first, and having Santa Marta as your second step, let's say, of integrating here to Latin America. So that was already it about this video. If you want to find out which spot in Latin America is the perfect place for you, we offer a free country test, so where we will show you the top 3 places with your specific requirements. So make sure to check out our free country test. The link is down below.